Blossomed into this amazing violist. Yeah. And you were good back then too. I don't want to touch a lot of it because you have your own ideas, and that's great. Okay. A couple of things though I think you could do to change and have to be a little stronger presentation. Yeah. This is classical, from the classical time, Mozart, Haydn, but if I was in another room, I couldn't hear you. It's a very small, you have a big sound, but I think your idea for this is a small idea. Yeah. You know what I mean? So without turning it into a Brahms sonata, how do we do two things that seem opposite? How do we project for 2,000 people in a church and also make it sound classical? That's hard.
That's why I am afraid to make it the sound too scratchy.
Well, I haven't heard one ugly note yet. Okay. So you are extremely polished in the way you make sound. So I mean, that's one thing I would never touch. You've got the sound. It's great, and it's your own sound. It's great. Can you try to play the opening again and pretend that you're in Casa della Musica in the Grande Hall, and everyone has to hear you, and there's an orchestra also playing. Yeah. It's not just solo viola, right? Yeah. So try to keep the same character, but make it bigger. The opening was wonderful. You want to hear So when I said play it bigger, your solution was press. Using more bow is good, but you also press.
Okay.
So we still want the sense of bum bum, bum bum, bum bum. We still want that idea. So in a big hall, you still need the contour. It can't always be loud now, right? It's like that. And then you can go to town, okay? Good. Yeah. Okay, that was great. Da 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 dum, yum. Make that legato. Gravity is not a friend unless you're up here. Then it's a friend. Okay. Can I make a suggestion? Try starting an up bow. That was great. Now, when you play your 16th notes, I think you should use more bow. I don't think it's not Mendelssohn Scherzo. It's then you can play piano. But I think this has to be up bow. So when you play this bigger. Okay. It's so clear what you're doing. It's wonderful. Your left hand is fantastic. I wish I had that left hand. I would trade you. How much for your left hand? Anyway, so what I want you to do now is play it with more imagination.
Yeah.
It's not just a Kreutzer etude.
Yes.
It's okay, so try it one more time from here. Yeah, it gets more and more pressed. So when you want to play louder, use more bow. Don't press. And when you're on the A string, you really can play lighter. Yeah. Now also, for this passage, can you find places to vibrate notes? So here's how I practice it. I go like this. Then yeah, it's easier. It's an easier fingering. And then you're already up there. Then you're there, okay? So I think that finger finger will help you. Okay. And one more thing about this passage. You play it so well and it's so clean, but can you give a little more vibrato on that note? Just that one. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Also, this is the end. So actually phrase it off so that it's not a run-on sentence, but you're actually ending. Not. It's too many words. We need commas. It's also a great way to get the heart under control. Take this whole passage now, and then you add more musical phrasing. You've got. If you practice it that way, so that it's just so natural, you can gradually get it faster, and you're going to do all of that very easily. Okay? So can you instead think of this as a singer would? They don't go ta da 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 da. They go ta ya da 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 da. So with your bow, let's not use too much. Okay. Good. So then you can phrase. Yeah. The reason it sounds like that is that what your bow is doing is you're going like on the rated, you're going and just and the reason is you start vibrating late. There you go. Not a run-on sentence, right? Too many notes. Oh, that's good. You're quick. Now, can you vibrate that D? This is all about making it more and more and more expensive, more elegant, and it's also a great way to project our ideas. Well, it's still classical sounding, and this type of concerto, the Hofmeister, the Zelter, they're all about hyper elegance, and just how expensive can you make it. Okay, so try to add vibrato on that D, and then phrase on that C sharp, and then when you get to this E, slow your bow down. No. Good. This happened. This measure, the separate notes, can be a little longer. So you are creating a crescendo through one tactic. More bow, not more pressure. Okay? That's much better.